What's good, guys? Prince Sports here. Now, when I say this, Manny, you blow it.
You blew it.
I say it again.
You blew it.
And again. And again.
You blew it.
Okay, so basically,
You blew it.
you could have
You blew it.
did a little better, but,
You blew it.
and then again, you should
You blew it.
have did this, did that,
You blew it.
but
Jeez.
You blew it.
all right, yesterday we see Ugas versus Manny Pacquiao. Great fight. Okay, my biggest problem with the fight was in terms of accessing it, but thank God I had some a little connections out in the Philippines to help me scream the fight and watch it. But my assessment of yesterday's fight, I'm gonna start off with Manny Pacquiao. He's 43 years old, okay? But I'm not gonna use age as an excuse because he was a favorite to win this fight. And I read reports, I seen, video clips, on websites that said Manny Pacquiao said he had leg cramps for 11 rounds of this fight. Okay, I noticed a pattern. And whenever I notice a pattern with someone, because I study them or study their craft when they play in sports, is I notice Manny Pacquiao has always a claim after a loss. When he lost to Floyd, he said his shoulder hurt. When he lost to this guy, he said his legs was cramping up. He lost to Marquez. He said he had problems with his foot. So I'm not trying to say that he's making excuses, but there's a pattern. So you can make an argument for that. And here's the thing. Manny Pacquiao just got straight up outboxed, okay? What I did like, they were toe-to-toe. They faced in the pocket, okay? Nobody did no running. These guys was just going at it, punch for punch. And this was a Manny Pacquiao style fight. Manny Pacquiao likes brawls. And I'm surprised he didn't came out on top. But the reason why he didn't came out on top is because this guy had too much of an arm reach. So whenever Manny would go in there and try to throw 6 or 7 punches, he had long arms to keep Manny at bay. So Manny was unable to get inside to land some blows. And I said earlier before this fight even started, if Manny's going to win this fight, he got to get inside. He has to land some blows inside. But he blew it. And he didn't land those punches inside. But that's what he should have done. He should have landed those punches inside, because that would have put Ugas on his bicycle. Probably he would start running a little bit or he would start backing down. But you seen the more as the fight go on, his swag level get higher and higher. He was taunting Manny Pacquiao, and it was to a point where I'm like, Manny Pacquiao probably know he lost this fight. But at the end of this fight, Manny Pacquiao said, hey, I lost, no excuses. But then a couple of hours later, he says, I had leg cramps. Boxers, man. Boxers always get excuses when they lose. It's just a boxer's mentality, man, to have an attitude like that. But it was a good fight, nevertheless. Boxing is back. And whoever thought a guy, an underdog from Cuba, would not only beat Manny Pacquiao unanimous decision, but he would do it where everybody was betting against him, because we all thought Manny Pacquiao was going to win. But that goes to show you don't judge a book by its cover. And in the sport of boxing, you just never know who's going to win, who's going to have a good day, who's going to have a bad day. This was a bad day for Manny Pacquiao. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say he can't win other fights, because styles make fights. And Manny Pacquiao could easily come back and win another fight. And then y'all be sitting there saying Manny Pacquiao's back. That's the funny thing with sports. It's same with basketball. A guy could drop 50 points in the game, and then he drops a dud in the next game. Before he dropped that 50-point game, the after effects was, oh man, he's one of the top 5 best players in the game. But then all of a sudden he drops a dud the next game. man, he ain't that dude, man. He should retire, man. He's not this guy. He's not that guy. So we gotta learn how to criticize people a little more efficiently, because sometimes if you do it from a game-to-game basis, in this case, we do it. Your last best fight is what we're gonna judge you on, or your last game is your best game that we're gonna judge you on. So that's how sports go by. We always go by your last appearance and how you last played and how we last remembered you, in terms of being a superstar playing on the highest level. So that's the case. And Manny Pacquiao, I don't think he's going to retire. He says he's going to sit back and think about the decisions that he has to make. But if you ask me, I don't think he's retiring. I think he's going to come right back and box again. But he's not going to get the winner. He's not going to get the winner. He's not going to get Earl Spence now, because Earl Spence is now going to fight Ugas. He said he wants the winner of that fight. So that's going to be a good fight, because both of these guys had long arm reach. And if Ugas was able to do that to Manny, you can only imagine what Earl Spence would have done. Think about that. But he has the problems for another day and another video to talk about. But Manny should take his next fight should be his last fight against Terrence Crawford, because he needs to avenge this loss that he got to Ugas. If he could go off on a high horse and beat a Terrence Crawford, people will be saying he's back. The old Manny is back. So that's all it would take. Prince Sports out. Peace.